Did I lose you?
I'm here.
All right. Hey, everybody. Happy Make Your Move Monday. This is Latrice McFadden coming to you live from Durham, North Carolina with my guest, my co-leader of the Triangle Wealthy Group, Miss Fajat, coming to you live all the way from Cary, North Carolina, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Right down
Hey,
the road.
hey.
Yeah. Hey. So thank you for joining me again today. You've just become a regular on Make Your Move Monday. So I'm excited to have you with me. And today we are going to be talking about our upcoming event this Saturday, our multifamily commercial real estate investing seminar session that is a follow up to the very successful multifamily commercial event that we had Juneteenth earlier this year. We had a lot of attendees, a lot of great information, and based on the feedback, we thought it would be good to do not one, but actually two follow ups. So the first one is going to be this Saturday, November 8th, and then the second one will be Saturday, December 13th. Both of them are at 2 o'clock p.m. and you can register at TWG Presents. But Flo and I are going to just dive in into why you want to join us for this event. So, Flo, tell everybody a little bit about yourself and then let's talk about Saturday.
Hey, y'all. I'm so excited to be back here again to share this amazing event. This Saturday, we are starting the part one of the multifamily commercial real estate event, where we are able to really break down the ABCs and one, two, threes of multifamily commercial real estate investing. This kind of field or area or niche of real estate investing feels like it's only for the big dogs, right? Because if you're buying apartment complexes, commercial kind of real estate, you kind of feel like, well, I don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy something like that. And so there's you kind of fear and shy away from it. But you don't realize that there's a lot of opportunities to really get into it if you just hang around the people who are already in it. So we have two special guest speakers who are going to join us and kind of talk about this, are going to talk about their experience in the industry, in the field, and what they did to get started. So Abdul Kamal Pasha is one of them, as well as Monty, otherwise known as James Montague, who is going to be joining us on a special panel on because they are two pretty big multifamily commercial investors in the Raleigh Durham area. They're developers, contractors who handle their own major scope of projects. Abdul texted me this morning. He is working on a special presentation that he'll be sending to me by Friday in time for Saturday. To really kind of break down how he kind of got into it. Abdul has experience developing single family neighborhoods and communities. He's had condos on top floor, and then kind of like a mixed use subdivision, and then commercial space at the bottom. So this is going to be a phenomenal experience for attendees to not only hang around people who've been doing this for 30 plus years. Abdul for 34 years, Monty for about 30 years as well. Um, they're going to be telling you how to get started, and there's no better way to learn than from the people who's been doing it. So you don't want to miss this event. This is part one Saturday because it's just 2 hours. And at the end of the day, guess what we're going to be doing? A site tour at one of Abdul's projects here in the Cary area. So he's got several across the triangle, apartment complex developing in Clayton and Wendell and those areas, but we're going to keep it a little bit local since we're already here in Durham. And then the part two is going to be happening December 13th. We're going to have a commercial lender with us to really help you understand what do you really need to get financing, what that process might look like. What do you need to have in place as a commercial or multifamily commercial investor? So that's just the brief overview of what you need to get started.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing. And I am struggling with my technology here. So I'm live on TikTok, but I don't know how to bring you on as a co host on TikTok. So it probably looks kind of crazy when they see me talking. So I am flipping the camera around so people can see my screen and see you talking and hopefully hear you talking and sharing all that information that you just shared with everybody. And you gave us a great overview. And I just want to make sure that we stress that even though these people have been in the business for a long time, they've done a lot of different things. We want everybody to come out to learn the basics, to um, don't feel intimidated because you're just getting started. These are hosts and experienced investors who will be there to guide us even from the very first step. So we're going to be talking about all of that in there. So whatever level you are, if you're just getting started, if you've been doing it for a while, if you want to scale, wherever you are, this is going to be the session for you. So, Flo, what's the difference in, and why would somebody want to consider multifamily versus just investing in a single family home? What advantages are there to, or let's talk about that a little bit about the
Yeah,
advantages
that's
of
an
doing
excellent
multifamily.
question.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the reason why somebody might want to do multifamily real estate investing instead of buying a single family house is because multifamily allows you to scale to wealth much quicker. If you're in a position where you're able to own, 30 doors on one property, let's break this down step by step, just real quick, okay? So if I'm looking at a 6 unit multifamily property in Wilson, right? Remember a couple weeks ago, Latrice, we were looking at that 6 unit property in Wilson.
Mhm.
Now,
Mhm.
that multifamily property that is considered commercial because residential multifamily is where it is 2 to 4 units, right? A duplex, a triplex, and a quad. Those are considered residential. That means anyone who is looking to own a home, anyone who is looking to own a home can secure traditional financing to purchase something that they're going to live in, one of the apartments, and rent out the other units using traditional financing such as an FHA, VA, conventional USDA loan. Okay. So
Mhm.
if you are looking to build wealth and you're like, I want to make money with it too, somebody pay my mortgage, somebody contribute to my mortgage, you can literally go out and buy a duplex, a triplex, or a quadplex using traditional financing. That is multi-family, 2 to 4 units. Okay. Now,
Right.
5 units and above is considered commercial. So it's
Mhm.
multi-family commercial. And so for those who are looking to own more than 5 units, then you're going to be in the commercial space, right? So 5 units, 6 units, 8 units, 30, whatever. Okay. And so of course the main reason why somebody might do that is because it helped you get more return on your investment. All right. So that 6 unit that we were looking at in Wilson, it's an opportunity for you to for that property was listed for about 330,000. They dropped the price down a bit more again. So say you bought it for 300,000. Using commercial financing, typically you're going to be required to put 20% down, right? So 20% of $300,000 is I what
60,000.
60,000. I was about to say 60, but I'm not the best at math. Okay, yeah,
I got your back.
60. Thank you, thank you. So $60,000 is what you put down to acquire a 6 unit multifamily property, and now all 6 of those doors is rental income, right? So you spent $60,000 down to acquire.
I can. I don't know why you keep
Okay.
walking from the scene. There we go.
Okay. So yeah, 6 doors, and imagine each of those doors can generate between, I mean, it's Wilson, let's just say, $1,200 a month,
Mhm.
so $1,200 times 6 doors. Now that math, uh,
7,200, I
there
think.
you go. $7,200. Okay. And guess what? Your mortgage on that $300,000 house that you put $60,000 down for, say roughly is about, $2,000, $2,000 at, 7.5% interest rate is what's probably going on right now for commercial lending,
Mhm.
right? So $2,000, but you're making $7,200 return. Now, of course, there's some other expenses that you're going to have, such
Right.
as you hired a property manager, right? You don't want to manage all of those yourselves. You're paying for a bookkeeping software to track rental, revenue. Things come out, you want to have reserves in place. But my point is, you're making $7,200
Right.
per month compared to a single family house you bought and put for rent, giving you
Right.
what? The average rental rate of this market, which is $1,800, $1,900, maybe $2,100. And to be honest, are you paying attention to this current rental market? Owners are having a hard
It's
time getting
crazy.
their homes rented, so they're dropping the rental price down month after month so they could get it
Yeah.
rented.
Yeah. So I want to back up a little bit because when people hear $60,000 down to
Hmm.
purchase this home, it may be a little intimidating, but
Hmm.
there are other options that you may be able to partner with someone. What are the
Hmm.
options as far as how can I don't have $60,000 laying around to
Hmm.
just invest in there. So I don't want people to get intimidated thinking that they need to, have $60,000 in the bank.
Yeah.
So
Latrice, you know that question. That is reserved for the people who attend this event. But okay, I'll give you a little snippet, okay?
right,
Just
and
so
we don't have
you
to break it down, but I just want people to understand that don't not come because you're like, I don't have $60,000 laying around. Come and find out how you can still take advantage. But if you want to just give a little sneak peek, you can.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So
You're
there
welcome.
are so many opportunities. One of the reasons why Abdul and Monty are connected is for partnership,
Hmm.
investing partnership. And so instead of going at it alone, yourself putting $60,000 down, being able to split that, right? Or leverage other people's money. So you don't need $60,000. You don't even need $30,000 to be able to put down on that. There are people called private money lenders or passive money lenders, which means they are lending their money just so that they don't have to deal with this, but they're going to be getting a return back on their investment. So if we already know that we're going to make $7,200 a month on this, and we know that the mortgage on this $240,000 mortgage loan is going to be about $2,000, we
Excellent.
have quite the gap to be able to pay a private money lender who lended us $60,000 back monthly on their as a return on their investment, right? So this is how you partner with people. So real quick, Latrice, we're looking at this opportunity. Latrice has money, okay? So Latrice is gonna lend me $60,000 of the $700,000 she's got in her bank account,
Right.
you know.
Hmm.
And at that 60K, Latrice, I'm willing to offer you 20% ownership to give me the 20% down payment on
Hmm.
this 6 unit apartment that I know is going to rent roll $7,200. You know,
Right. So I'm going
that's
to
it,
have
y'all.
ownership, and I'm also going to get interest.
You're gonna get interest. That monthly payment that I'm paying you is interest on top of your stake in it, right? And there's just different ways about it. I mean, this what I'm offering Latrice is something very enticing because not only does she have 20% ownership, so that means when we sell it down the road, so that 10 years later it's worth $900,000. She's gonna get 20%
Of it.
of the profit that
Right.
we make because she has
Right.
20% ownership on top of being able to collect money every month, right?
Exactly.
I mean, that's just one way that I offered it to her because she's very special to me. Somebody else, I might offer something different, right? I might say, hey, can you put 20% down on this deal, and you don't really get ownership or equity ownership, but instead I will pay you back money separately. The only thing that can secure the fact that you're giving me 60K is a lien over the house. So you'll have, like, if I default or something like that, you'll have a lien. But anyway, just come out because we cannot break everything down to you here in 30 minutes, okay?
Exactly.
Because there's a lot of nuances in there, and there's various ways to finance real estate. and it does not cost you tens of thousands of dollars for you to be able to do it. We get into this something called creative financing.
So, talking about that, I want to just throw this out there because if you are someone who has some money that's in your retirement account or just some extra cash laying around, and you're interested in real estate or you're interested in investing or getting a higher return, and maybe you don't want to be the person to buy the house, fix the house up, flip the house. Maybe you're interested in being a private money lender. Come out and join us
Hmm.
Saturday too, so we can make those connections and we can talk about that opportunity as well. So if you,
Yeah.
that's just another way to take advantage of being an investor in real estate and maybe not having your hands in there, or maybe that's you just don't want to do that. So there are other ways. So we invite you to come out as well this Saturday, to
Hmm. Hmm.
hear that information, and we make those connections because it's all about your networking, makes your net worth. So you want to be in the room. You want to communicate and have conversations. Don't just be in the room sitting in the back. You never know who's in there and who can be that next partner for you to make your move. How's that?
Yes, and I do see some questions coming in from the TikTok live here. So,
Yeah,
Chandria, we are going to be at the New American Funding Office at 4813 Emperor Boulevard, Saturday, November 8th at 2 p.m. All
yeah,
right, and plan for 2 to 5 p.m. because the first 2 hours are going to be solely focused on the ABCs and one, two, threes of getting into this space, but the last hour, we're going to take you on a tour. So this is why it's very well worth your time. And what is the investment? What, 20
right.
bucks or something like
Yeah.
that if you bring somebody else with you? So
Mhm.
what, $15 for you by yourself, a $5 extra if you want to bring a friend with you, right? So go in on it with somebody. Come out to this event 2 p.m. this Saturday. We're going to be taking you to a local project site to be able to, see. I love field trips and field day. It's nice to be able to see something tangible inside of you because in front of you. Because if you're attending the event, you're hearing all the theoreticals and the opportunity. But when you're actually able to walk, it gets real. And honestly, that also does something else for people psychologically, where you typically can and you can register at twgpresents.com. That is
Just about
the
to say.
register. TWG presents, as in presents, present, present.com. And but when you get at a site, you're able to see something in front of you, an example somebody is working on or has worked on. You start to envision, like, I could possibly do this. This is not theoretical. This is not just a session that I attended, but I could actually. And then if you thought, oh, I'm not really interested in owning apartment complexes and blah blah, but when you get into that space, you're kind of like, why not? You
Right.
ask yourself why not? Because I too, before when we did that Juneteenth event, before being at Monty's assisted living center, before attending that the Montague Plaza he just opened up in Southeast Raleigh, I too was like, I need to own an assisted living center. But when we were able to walk through that facility and seeing, the resident there and this,
Hmm.
all of that sort of stuff, you're like, whoa, this isn't just real estate investing. This is providing housing for a group of people who are in need of it, countering the housing market today, right?
Absolutely.
So you start to see a bigger mission, a bigger purpose. And of course, his story that he bought it in what, 2002, 2004, around that time
Yeah.
of he
Hmm.
bought it around that time. And he initially bought it with three or four other partners. And since then, they've been bought out. And so he owns it solely now. He only owns very minimal on it, but it's worth millions of dollars. And being able to do an equity loan on that to do more projects, but at the same time keeping the rent low for these
Right.
seniors. Like,
Right.
again, it's a space that you don't realize there's a need for, that you could have a heart or passion for. Like, real estate investing is about building wealth, but it's also about fulfilling a need for
Right.
the local community.
Serving, being a
Yes,
servant leader.
exactly.
Being a servant leader.
Exactly.
Exactly. So you have that opportunity because a lot of people, they want to be generous, they want to be philanthropic, and may think that they can never do that. And you just have to put yourself in the position. And this is the opportunity for you to put yourself in a position. So if you're one of our fellow real estate professionals and you have clients that might be interested in investing, invite them out. Be there,
Mhm.
bring them out. Be there 2 for 1. Like Flo was saying, the special that we have 2 for 1. You can go to TWG Presents. Bring them out. Come out with them. Get their questions answered. Get your questions answered so that you can be the educated real estate professional for investors, because it's not emotional with when you're investing. They only want to know the numbers, and
Yeah.
that's what you're going to learn in part 2. But come out part 2, right, is the
Yeah.
numbers. We talk about the
Yeah.
numbers.
Mhm.
But come out this Saturday and get the foundation of it, get the basic introduction so that you can know what to tell your clients if you're a realtor, and on the investment side of it. So that's what I wanted to say about that. And also, go ahead and mark your calendars for the December 13th. So you have that, and we'll be offering some special incentives for getting registered for that December 13th event when you come this Saturday. And we'll have some light refreshments. We want to shout out our sponsors, New American Funding and Matt Young, right? The
Yes. Mhm. Young
insurance.
insurance.
Yes. So we have sponsors, we have information, and Pad Split will be there too. They're a sponsor as well. So
Investors title.
Investors Title will be there
Yes,
on
and
the
just to
13th.
clarify something, so Matthew Young is sponsoring our think tank. So for
That's right.
realtors who want to come out this Thursday, November 6th, we are
Mhm.
hosting a 2026 business planning event in preparation to launch your business and get accomplish all the goals that you did not accomplish this year or do better than you did this year, especially in a very shifty market, right? So that is this Thursday, November 6th, from at arrive at 9 a.m. because we do have breakfast sponsored by Young Insurance.
Yes.
And we'll also be providing lunch at 9 a.m. But we really get started at 10 o'clock and it's
Sure.
10 to, yes, 10 o'clock
Mhm.
sharp. And we'll wrap up around noon and because then we'll have lunch and networking and whatnot. And that is going to be held at the Self Help Credit Union in Raleigh. So the one on Harps Mill Road. Register at twgpresents.com for that one. Now, so again, Thursday, that's what's happening for realtors. Saturday, November 8th, and Saturday, December 13th, both of those events are centered around the multifamily commercial investing. So that's for anybody, right? Investors, realtors, entrepreneurs, anybody who's interested or curious about this space.
Right. Bring your young people out because we need people. Flo bought her first home at 22,
Yes.
22.
Mm-hmm.
First
Mm-hmm.
home at 22. And we need to get more young people thinking about that this is a way to build wealth early in your life. So bring your youth out,
Yeah.
and get them educated. Let them see. Flo bought her first home. She was able to sell that within a couple of years for a significant profit. And that allowed her to invest in 2 other properties, buy another home,
Yep.
all before the age of 26. So
Mm-hmm.
it can be done. So
Yeah.
bring your young people out so that they can see what it is, how they can build wealth, because we know that real estate is the foundation of building wealth. So there's other tools out there, but real estate is tried and true and long term, as long as you do it strategically and get the information, partner with people that want to help you and can help you.
Absolutely.
Anything else you
Absolutely.
want to say, Flo, before we wrap up?
Yes. Well, like we said earlier, invite a friend, invite a family member. That 2 for 1 deal is unbeatable. The like I said, the event that we hosted Juneteenth was this, but just a lot more condensed and more inspiration focused. We're gonna be breaking this down. So if you have any inkling of a desire, bring somebody with you and take advantage of that 2 for 1 deal that we've got going on right now. And those who attend Saturday's event are going to get a special discount code to attend the next event as well on December 13th. And again, these opportunities. these typically cost thousands of dollars to attend by bigger corporate companies who make money off of offering you this through a funnel, right? And so if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you might see some ad on Facebook or Instagram talking about some multifamily investing come out, and it's a free 2 hour workshop, and then they're going to invite you to come out for $900 for a 3 day
Nine
class.
thousand dollars,
Yeah,
30,000.
for a 3 day class, they make it the next level through the funnel is typically a bit more affordable where you're like, "Ah, okay, sure,
Yeah.
and you do that for 2 or 3 days and they give you everything. And then it's the next level of that funnel is a $35,000 coaching program to help you walk you through all of this whole thing. And we're not here to do any of that. We genuinely are doing the whole mission of the Triangle Wealthy Group, which is to educate and empower our local community in the world of real estate investing here in the area. We're not for profit. We don't make much off of this. The fee is minimal intentionally to be able to feed you breakfast and lunch. you know,
Right. Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, snacks, refreshments on Saturday, breakfast and
yeah.
lunches on for the think tank for
Think
the
tank,
realtors.
yes.
So
Hmm.
so yes, but there's not going to be a bait and switch where we're like, oh yeah, come back next week or next month, and we're gonna it cost you whatever it is. The fee is what it is, and then you get this education, you get these connections and networking opportunity. So you can't beat it at all. So go to twgpresents.com, register if you're a realtor, register for both Thursday and Saturday. And if you're interested in investing or you know someone that's interested in investing, register for this Saturday. And then you can actually wait till Saturday to register for December, but go ahead and put it on your calendar for December 13th. And then 2026, we're going to be bringing even more education because we want to empower and educate the community to build wealth. Because what does Beyonce and Jay-Z say? If you're the only one that's rich in the group, you're not rich. Okay, that's not the
Hmm.
exact quote, but in Boss, that's one of my favorite songs. So you got to lift someone up with you. So as you're striving, be that leader and that guide, and bring someone with you. Bring some with you, so
Yes.
you're not lonely at the top.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much, Flo, for joining me today for Make Your Move Monday. Looking forward to both of these major events this Thursday and on Saturday. So go to twgpresents.com right now and register and bring somebody with you. Don't
All
think
right.
about it. Just do it.
Don't think about it. Just do
Just
it.
do it. Y'all
All
have
right.
a great rest of your day, and we will talk to you later. Have a good
Hi,
one. Make
y'all.
your
Happy
move.
week. Happy first week of
Yes.
November.
I know already. So we got to get these things in play for 2026. As a matter of fact, you could have your first investment property before 2026. So
That's
just
it.
all right. Y'all have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Bye.